guys, so this is our Hurricane Dorian update and experience aboard the Carnival Horizon.
And today is Sunday, September the 1st.
Okay, so yesterday we were notified that the ship would be cutting the cruise short by 12 hours.
So they gave us notice roughly about 11:30. They provided us with an option at that time to fill out a form whether or not you would like to disembark or stay on the ship. They were going to go around to each room and put a little pamphlet outside your door.
On the flip side of that letter, they gave you available hotels that you could possibly get a hotel at. Now, just because you disembark the ship does not mean
You're going to get a hotel.
or you're going to get a flight out of Miami.
Or rent a car or anything else. So pretty much Carnival gave you the option to be safe. If you disembarked from the ship, it pretty much was going to be at your own risk.
Right, or you could stay on the ship
And be safe.
and be safe.
And
They were flipping the cost of just a normal cruise, your food and your board.
and normal entertainment.
So, they had approximately about 3,000 passengers that were disembarked the ship in a period of 2 hours.
And keep in mind, guys, you're on a ship that has 14 decks.
Okay, so we had a lot of people on the ship. The Carnival Horizon had to leave port
By 10 p.m.
by 10 p.m.
And also keep in mind, even though you're making that choice to disembark, there was not enough time to have any help with luggage, so you were pretty much on your own as well to disembark with your own luggage with no help unless you're handicapped.
Correct. So you had to carry your own luggage off. They did open up free internet for all passengers aboard the Carnival Horizon.
But for that one day only.
So, now that we have left port, now I will say that there were some conflicting stories of what you were getting on the streaming news versus the ship versus what was going on in Miami.
Right.
So a lot of people were telling us the storm was going to curve up towards the Carolinas. It wasn't going to affect the port of Miami, but they had to shut down the port and the cruise port and airports for
In the event that it hits.
in the event for safety and security procedures. So now it's the next day, and we're being told that we will not probably get back into the port of
Till
Miami
Wednesday.
until Wednesday. So the issue that me and Aaron faced was, if we disembark the ship,
Where do we go?
where do we go?
If you can get a hotel, if you can
And-
get a rental car.
And if you can get a ride, because of the gas shortage.
And most of the roads and freeways
Were closed.
were closed.
So we elected to stay on the ship. Now, the next morning, which is today, I spent an hour and a half on the phone with American Airlines, and we kind of went round and round in that scenario because
They only wanted to give you a one-time extension until September the 11th. However, they kept pressuring us to give them a return flight date. Well, that's impossible. You don't know when the port of Miami is going to open up again.
exactly. So, our lesson learned from this experience to you watching is, one, book the insurance, read your contract. On this particular scenario, we booked through Carnival Cruise Line for our air flight. So we had two things to fall back on. We had American Airlines, whatever they could do for us,
And Carnival, for whatever they can do.
and Carnival. Now, the original person that we spoke with, American Airlines, he was clueless. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, he had no clue what was
he
going
had no
on.
clue what was going on. So he was trying to tell us that Port of Miami is fine, and we're like, no, sir. We're 12 miles off the coast of Florida in international waters, along with about 7 other cruise ships
Yeah, watch the news.
who are waiting to disembark. So the other scenario,
Always leave a couple days in advance before, if you can afford it, and stay a couple days later. Because again, this is what David and I do, and luckily in this case, we did the right thing.
right? So even though they cut the cruise short by 12 hours, Carnival did extend our Cheers package. So they made sure that we got our full money's worth on the Cheers package. The other thing that they offered us was
To repurchase the Cheers package
to repurchase the Cheers package while we're in international waters
on
at-
the internet rate.
on the internet rate,
which
so,
is about $6 less than what you normally would get that for. So you're roughly paying about $183.50, which is fine
And then the other great thing about this is we feel like we're on a fantasy class ship right now because half the ship is empty. And it is night and day from what we first experienced on board.
It's like
the
having
ship.
your own private yacht.
And we love it. And so, you know, we went up to the top deck earlier and we kind of skimmed the ocean, and there was like what,
3 or 4 of the ships, possibly more.
possibly about
So we're
7
not the
cruise
only one.
ships.
So it goes back to again, you know, they chose to leave, which is fine. We chose to stay, which is fine. But again, you don't know what situation it would have been had we disembarked.
Yeah, who says we were going to hotel room? So, and guys, we hope that you kind of learned from our experience. We will do more updated videos as time goes on. But this would be a great time to like, subscribe, and share to Adventures of David and Aaron. And guys,
on Twitter.
And on Twitter, you can follow
Adventures
us
of
on
DNA.
Follow us on Twitter at Adventures of DNA.
And you know what? Again, guys, just remember, enjoy life, make it an adventure.